Plaintiff Joshua Bedoy and his wife Carolyn say Joshua has known the defendant since middle school, and he has always been a loose cannon. Joshua claims after he and the defendant became roommates, the defendant called animal control on him, and he's suing him today for rent and emotional distress. Defendant Daniel Kellerman and his girlfriend Guadalupe say the reason Daniel called animal control is because Joshua abused his dogs. Daniel claims Joshua is nothing but a cocaine addict, and he's suing for drug money. Daniel's countersuing for half of a cable bill.
Start with you.
Your Honor, pretty much, I've known Dan for a good portion of my life. I went to middle school and stuff like that with him. We never really hung out too much or anything, nothing like that. I just knew of him and stuff like that. But I do know that all growing up and stuff like that, he was always a loose cannon, always getting in trouble in school, suspended, expulsions. Even in, I believe, high school, he was even sent to boarding school for a year because he was such a disruption.
Like what? What type of things was he doing?
I do know, I remember my freshman year of high school in our English class, one of my English teachers was giving us a lecture, and out of nowhere, Dan just stands up and he yells, "Shoulder roll," and does a shoulder roll in the middle of the hallway, busts his head on the floor, everyone's laughing, for no reason, just no reason at all. I mean, that's what I mean by like disruptions and stuff, just loose cannon. He always said what was on his mind. He never really had a filter, always getting into trouble in school.
How were you as a student?
I was a very quiet student, Your Honor. I got pretty decent grades. I mean, I was kind of sheltered, I won't lie.
Okay, so when did you all decide to become roommates?
Well, we were actually working at the same place, Your Honor. We were working at Town and Country Supermarket, and I had just bought my own home, and I was looking for a roommate with my wife here to kind of offset the bills. And we talked about it. He told me he needed a place to stay. I needed a roommate, so it just kind of went down like that.
Okay, let me hear some background from you, sir.
Your Honor, don't let this man fool you. He's a cocaine addict. He is suing me.
Your Honor, I'm in the Army Reserve. I'm actually getting deployed May 25th.
Get the cane out your system before you get there.
Your Honor, don't let this man fool you. He's a cocaine addict. He is suing me.
Your Honor, I'm in the Army Reserve. I'm actually getting deployed May 25th.
Get the cane out your system before you get there. Go ahead, what?
Plaintiff Joshua Bedoy and his wife Carolyn are suing Joshua's former roommate, who claimed Joshua is a cocaine addict.
Go ahead.
He is suing me for drug money. That's what this is. For a while when we first moved in, things were going great. And then he showed us quickly how irresponsible he was. And he beat his dogs.
I beat my dog. You called animal control on me, Dan. They came and they inspected my homes and my dog. I still own my dogs. They're both tagged.
Your Honor, our dogs are our babies. They're spoiled. We love them. They sleep with us. The animal control guy came in and he laughed. He's like, someone say that.
We weren't even written a citation or anything like that.
He played with our dogs.
What was the agreement when they moved in?
Your Honor,
suing for rent and emotional distress. Tell me.
Your Honor, the rent was, the agreement was, we split half the rent, which was $3.99 plus water and sewage, which was included.
$3.99 each?
No, $3.99 total plus water and sewage, which that varied every month, but that was only $30, $40 or so. So the agreement was that we'd split half the rent and half the utilities.
When you said you own your own home, I thought that was a big leap, but if it's only $200 a month, yeah.
Oh, I live in.
Where do you stay? I come there and get a mansion for what? Where do you stay?
Well, Your Honor.
Be a good roommate.
Everybody want to come there. Everybody want to move there. You have a population explosion if you tell us where that is for $200 a month. But go ahead. I'm sorry. How much for the utility?
We split them.
Okay.
We just split it half.
All right. And what occurred to cause you to have to sue the defendant for your rent?
A couple days before the first of the month, I had started texting him and calling him because I work midnight, so it's kind of hard for me to catch him in the day. So I started texting him and told him.
Yeah, you're up all night. Go ahead. And he's sleeping his off. Go ahead.
I told him obviously that it was time for me to collect, and for the first 2 days or so, he didn't even get back to me. Finally, it was until March 2nd when I finally got an answer out of him, and he just came and told me that something had come up and he couldn't afford rent, and I'm like,
He told you that March what?
That would have been March 2nd, Your Honor.
Okay, and when was the last time he had been at the home?
Would have been March 10th, Your Honor. That was when he moved out.
So he had been there all along.
Yeah, yes, Your Honor. And I told him that, I said, hey, you know what? Because as far as I was concerned, there was no problems in the home. Like he said, even rent was always paid.
So what did he say about paying you?
He told me that he had messed up his finances and he could not pay me until he got paid.
All right.
He didn't tell me when he was getting paid or anything like that, Your Honor. Just told me until he got paid.
When was the last time you asked about your money?
It would have been March 10th.
What did he say?
And I told him, I said, Dan, I need an answer from you, man.
What did he say?
It's been 10 days now that you haven't got me my rent.
What did he say?
He told me he was going to work it out. He said he'll
And
figure
he
it out.
hasn't. Sir, let me hear from you.
I had paid him last month's rent on October 21st, the day that she had moved in. It was last month's rent and the half of the utilities. And that was what he had asked of us when he was advised by his parents because that we were teenagers.
When did you move out?
Your Honor,
Hold on, sir. When did you move out?
March 10th. We had paid in February.
No,
Sir, you the one getting high. You just said you paid your last month's rent in October.
See,
Then I say, when did you move out? Because saying last month in October suggests that you moved in October. Then you say, well, I moved out March 10th. I say, well, when did you pay again? Then you said February. When did you pay and when did you move?
he had asked us to pay first month's rent before we had moved in. And then when she had moved in, his parents had told him to have us pay last month's rent as a security issue.
There was no security deposit or anything, Your Honor.
Hold on, sir. Did you pay February's rent?
Yes.
Okay, why did you say your last one was in October?
No, that was for March.
The move in?
No,
October was for March?
no, because he had told us to pay, he told us it was customary to pay first and last month's rent when you move into a place.
And that's what you did in October?
Yes.
When did you move in?
We moved in at the beginning, I moved in at the beginning of October. She didn't move in until she was 18.
Okay, and you gave them how much at that time?
That on the 21st?
Give me $200, Your Honor.
Or on the 21st, we gave him $275 for the utilities and for the last month's rent whenever that was.
And then you paid him January?
January, yes.
How much?
I don't have the exact amount because it always fluctuated.
Did you pay at least $200 in February?
Yes.
And January as well?
Yes.
And March?
Yes. Well, no, not in March. I'm sorry about that.
When did you move?
March, we moved March 10th.
So why wouldn't you think you'd have to pay in March?
Because on October 21st, he had asked us for last month's rent.
Your Honor, I did not. We had a month-to-month agreement that he would pay me by month, every month, so that there was never any alterations. There was no security deposit.
Plaintiff Joshua Bedoy and his wife Carolyn are suing Joshua's former roommate, who claimed Joshua is a cocaine addict.
Anyone have any evidence here?
I have
A
some
bill or notice, or did you write something to him? Or
Your Honor, we did have a written agreement, and it was more of a verbal
no,
agreement.
since he moved, March 10th, did you send him anything saying you owe me?
Oh, yes, Your
And
Honor.
he respond?
Yes, Your Honor. We have some Facebook
Sir, did he
messages
send
here.
you something saying you owed him? Sir, did he send you something asking for his money?
He did,
And
but
what
I
did
had
you
told
say?
him that we had already paid and that we had already...
Okay, I don't owe you.
Yeah, it was... I told him that we would try to figure something out because he was trying to charge us...
Figure what out?
He was trying to charge us for after, like, if we stayed past the 19th. He was trying to charge us...
Sir, you said everything was taken care of.
It was.
Now when he presents me with something, you're backing away from it, talking about working something out. There was nothing to work out because I paid the first month and last month. When we moved March 10th, it was covered by that last month's payment I made in October.
Yes.
Isn't that your story?
Yes.
There was no last month ever.
So are you gonna stick with it or not?
Yeah.
So you owed him no money or not when you moved?
We did not owe him any money.
Now what is it you're giving me?
Those are some Facebook messages,
Late.
Your Honor.
Your mom wasn't exactly pleasant either. But tensions were, you can't talk about nobody's mama now. No wonder you're not getting your money. Is this you?
That's between me and him, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Talking about his mama?
No, Your Honor. What had happened was there was a slight
Your
altercation.
mama wasn't exactly pleasant. Who's saying that?
Oh, I said that, Your Honor.
Well,
Yes.
that's why you're not getting your money. So I understand that. As now maybe I was the best that said, you'll never talk about nobody's mama, sir. You'll never get your money. This whole thing really put me in a pinch, and I was stressed. How is this showing
No, Your
that
Honor,
he
the
agreed to pay
messages-
you or that he owes?
Your Honor, the messages are a little bit disorganized.
Yeah, right. So tell me what part indicates he agrees that he owes you.
There is a message in there.
Read that part.
It says right here, Your Honor, it says, but I can get you the money when I get my cable box
There
and
you
share
go.
that.
Let's see it. Sir?
Get him the money. I didn't know, because he was talking about he was talking about this $150. He wanted me to pay him $150 for staying in March, which we had already paid for.
He still wants you to pay it, right?
Well, $150 was a sub amount because we told him that we were moving out.
Sir, you told me several times in your testimony that you didn't owe him a dime.
He was trying to make us pay him more
I
money.
understand all that, but you told me that you didn't owe him. Now I read something where you say, I will get you the money.
Because I needed my cable box back to turn it into Comcast.
Which
He
I
wouldn't
believe, Your Honor.
answer us at all unless I brought up paying him some sort of money. He wouldn't talk to me unless I had.
You didn't say that. Why didn't you say that on any of these texts? Say, I didn't owe you. You did not say, I don't owe you.
We talked about it verbally. That was,
Oh, no, you talked about it here too. And on there, you said, I'll get you your money. Judgment for the plaintiff, $500. Your claim is dismissed. Have a good day.
I'm in the Army Reserve. I get drug tested every month. May 25th, I'm getting deployed. I'm going to Afghanistan for 9 months. I have too much going on in my life. I have no room for drugs and stuff like that. I'm not going to jeopardize something like that.
I've seen him avoid over 4 Army Reserve meetings because he was afraid of drug testing.